What's up, AfterBuzzers? It's that time again. The annual Purge has commenced. Double crosses are happening, alliances are forming, and so much more as we talk about Season 2, Episode 8, Before the Sirens. So stick around.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh my God.
We know what it means, especially on tonight's episode. Guys, the Purge is here.
Commence.
It only took us 8 episodes to get there, but the sirens have sounded. The Purge has commenced.
Yes.
We're working with half a crew tonight, but we're going to give you double the episode, if anything.
They're out purging right now.
Exactly.
That's okay.
They're out celebrating. They're out purging. It's all good. My name is Ty Matthews. Joining me, as always, you've seen him on this season. You've seen him on last season. You've seen him on Inside the Black Actor Studio, and this is us right after this show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Danny Royce.
What's good, everybody? Wonderful to see you.
Absolutely. Now,
Thank you.
Our fellow Purger, Ollie Drennan, would be joining us. Sadly, he is without a voice right now, but just as a special treat for you, he didn't want to leave y'all hanging, so he is in the live chat right now. If you're watching us live or listening to us live, all that good stuff, jump into that live chat, get some dialogue going on about this episode, about this season, what you've thought, all of your wild theories, all of that stuff, because Ollie Drennan is in there, and he's going to be talking about the Purge, just like we are.
There we go.
Whew, lot to talk about tonight. We have only got 3 episodes left in the season. My God, how quick the season went.
Crazy. Yeah, it went by really quick.
Unbelievable. It's almost like it feels like that time jump that we saw last episode.
From like 160
days down to 2. A lot happened. Esme and Ryan, fully in love.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. Exactly. Let's talk about the cold open first before anything, because I am loving these cold opens this season. We got the mask boardroom last week.
Yeah.
This week we've got this whole like full-on Clueless style fashion montage.
Right.
Because if anything's important on Purge Night, it's accessorizing.
Oh, of course, you got to look good.
But man, we got these girls. I love the masks that they
those are
got.
pretty nice.
The kind of swirl around the one eye felt a little like the Warriors meets A Clockwork Orange a little bit. Who knows? But we get that poor dad walking in.
That was crazy. I call it the bad girl montage.
Yeah.
But when the dad came in and like, are you serious? I was like, get your ass out the house.
Exactly.
I was like, get out the house.
I thought here's how I thought that was gonna play out. I thought it was gonna play out like a friggin' like a 90s Capri Sun commercial where he comes in and like he looks all shocked and he's like, "You guys aren't purging without this, right?" Like, I thought he was going to be fully on board. I want, like, dork-ass Purge Dad. That needs to happen season 3.
Or I thought, like, he was going to offer to drive them around. Like, you guys want to carpool?
Exactly. Something like that, where he's so wrapped around his daughter's finger that it's like, of course I'm going to support your purging.
But how would you feel if, like, because apparently, obviously, it seemed like he doesn't really partake in the Purge.
Right.
So, like, when you walk into your daughter, your child's room, and you're like, oh, they're getting ready to go out tonight. Like, how do you feel as a father? That's crazy.
And that's something that might be worth exploring. If we do get a season 3, that might be something interesting. Is that like dealing with that kind of rebellion, where it's like, no, I just want to purge.
Oh God.
But I love another cool thing about these cold opens is that they tie in even if it's just in small ways. Last week we saw that the God mask was really selling. The Campus Killer mask was really taking off as a hit. This week we get just a really brief glimpse of the picture that those girls took. But on TikTok, and I thought that was such a smart way of tying in the current state of social media into the Purge universe.
Right, and we had talked about that, a few episodes early in the season. Like, are they going to incorporate social media, Instagram, Twitter, because it's such a huge thing.
Exactly.
And now, like, are they going to have purges on social media, like they capture it on it, like,
right,
World Star, World Purge? I don't know. Right.
That would be great. Absolutely. Well, and that's the thing. the Purge in this universe has become such it's become an event kind of on par with like 4th of July parties.
Right.
Like everyone's gonna be tweeting it, everyone's gonna be Facebooking, Instagram, putting out their stories, TikToking it.
TikToking it.
That's and like extrapolating that to the nth degree, you know that there's gonna be like, not only are people gonna be posting their purges on TikTok, but there's gonna be people using that audio and then like syncing up to that kill on TikTok.
I can only imagine what's gonna happen.
A whole lot of directions.
You didn't like my TikTok. I'm gonna purge you now.
Oh, you know that nobody's unfollowing anyone because that will absolutely get you purged.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about that. We saw that brief montage in Ben's kind of corner of the episode. So let's talk about Ben. Let's talk about Turner. I got Purge on the mind. Turner. I've got Purge on the mind. Let's talk about Ben, talk about Turner, talk about the frat house and kind of the tension that's escalating there.
No, when he said that he was going to take care of the upstairs room, I was like, why would you guys trust him? Come on, like he's creeping you guys out. Why would you say like, oh, he's got it? He's got the upstairs
exactly.
Room. So like I automatically knew that was going to be terrible, but. I mean, we see finally, I guess, Ben's revenge on Turner of what happened in like the first episode.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and
I feel like we're gonna see that unfold in the next episode.
Even more, yeah. But being forced to play beer pong and stuff.
Oh my god! And then, oh man, the design of that shot where the guy gets the cup, the solo cup arrowed to his chest. Oh man!
I was like, come on, really?
Yeah,
that was crazy. But during that whole scene, I think you saw me. I was like into it, and I was like, okay, go ahead and do that. Like, I would have been fighting so much. Like, I would have been on it.
That's the thing is like once Turner finds that notebook and he knows everything that's happening, like just let him leave and lock him out. Like,
and bolt the windows. Like they're like, let's have a powwow. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, you're gonna have a Purge intervention with this guy that has killed multiple people.
Speaking of that, like I wonder if that really exists because we've seen the intervention of like people who've lost people during the Purge, but like, do they have a recovery?
There's gotta be. You gotta think, that there's rehab programs. There's talk therapy. There's what do you call it? Support groups for people that maybe have purged and are trying to get back on track. That's a really interesting concept.
Interesting.
I like that idea for sure. Yeah. But we get that awesome sequence of Ben like buzzing his hair off. It reminded me of American History X, like Ed Norton American History X, like stuff like that. Like he was already bad, now it's even worse. You know,
right?
He was. It's like we've been talking about this whole season. He has no problem killing when it's not the Purge.
Right.
When it is the Purge, like a whole lot of people are gone.
And he's very creative in doing so on a Purge night.
Right. Right. I wonder, Turner talks in this episode about losing his brother, about his brother dying.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Had we gotten that? Did we know that earlier in this season?
That's the first time I remember hearing, or I heard it.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing it before.
It was interesting how he used that to try and relate to Ben.
Right.
Like, look, I know Kellen died. I thought that was gonna be what set Ben off.
Yeah.
Is like,
I was waiting for it. I'm like,
exactly. Is him kind of comparing himself to Ben.
Right.
Like, look, my brother died. I was fine, like trying to relate to him about Kellen.
Forget relating. You have a crossbow in here.
Exactly.
Like, I'm done.
What else we got? Another thing that kind of resonated with me is that Turner tries to call the cops before the Purge starts, and it says that the services are suspended in anticipation of the Purge, which is something I'm not sure that any of the movies have talked about, because obviously police, medical, fire, all of that is suspended for 12 hours during the purge. I didn't know that they shut down early in anticipation of it. Like, how much of a window are we talking about here?
Right.
You know?
Like what? Like I never even knew that. But
yeah,
I mean, to think about like it, I guess they do have to get time to like leave the station, go home, and prepare. And
exactly. Because you can't. I guess it makes sense because you can't expect to call the cops at like 6:59 p.m. and expect them to do something before the siren.
Right.
But yeah, let's see. So at this point, basically, once the purge begins, once the sirens commence, Ben just starts picking frat brothers off one by one.
Crazy.
Like oh my God, the arrow to the chest, slitting Zane's throat, all of that stuff.
Tying Scott up. Like I didn't. I mean, I assumed that he used him as as a distraction,
right?
But I was expecting like him just to be dead.
Here's what I thought was going to happen, and this may be because I've watched too many Saw movies. I thought that when Scott was tied up in the bed and Turner was coming into the room, I thought that like the door was going to be rigged so that Turner like sprung some sort of trap that would then kill Scott. Like that's too much jigsaw going on.
I'm making really creative here.
Yeah. Like maybe I'm giving Ben too much credit. I thought that was going to happen. Like Turner was going to open the door, some like big ass guillotine comes down and just does Scott in.
I actually thought he was like kind of maimed.
Okay, sure.
Underneath the sheets, like either something was cut off or something like his tongue or something. I was just waiting, but I was like, "Oh, he's just tied up." Okay.
Right, exactly.
There's still hope.
That to me is even worse because like if Ben doesn't kill you right away, imagine what he's planning.
Right, and then when he said to Turner, he's like, "I have a better idea," and I'm like, "Oh man, torture."
So yeah, exactly. So before that, I love that little detail of Turner not knowing how to reload the crossbow.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was something that you
really
had mentioned that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
But it's so smart. Like okay, yeah, if you take someone's crossbow, you get one bolt off, but like those things are hard to, like it's not a world full of Daryl Dixons where everyone's just able to just like reload that shit right away.
Right. Yeah. It was really like realistic as they put that in there.
And I think that really communicated that sort of that fear and that impulsivity of Turner.
Yeah.
He gets that one shot off, hits that little like the dummy, the punching bag dummy. And then that's it, then that's all that he's got.
Done deal.
Not only that, but I think this is all happening actually before the sirens go off.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
But we also get that moment of like Turner trying to help Scott out and then just ditching him the exact same way. Like, man,
he's like, man,
I was really hoping for some growth or a journey.
Something.
The hero's journey. Nothing. Nope.
Right. That makes me think like, what did you do when your brother died?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's a great question. Maybe it's something where he just abandoned him too. Yeah. This is just Turner's life is just a series of events just re-unfolding.
He's just abandoned.
Exactly.
Wow.
But what I'm thinking. I'm gonna save it for predictions. I'm gonna save it for predictions.
All right.
As far as that last line that we talked about.
Okay.
But yeah. So let's shift on over to Marcus, Michelle, Darren.
Okay. Well, before we do that, I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you so much for tuning in these past 8 weeks and checking us out, watching us as we talk about this show that we love. Thank you for supporting us on all the other shows that we have. We have so many shows and drama, sci-fi, horror, everything here on AfterBuzz TV. Thank you so much. If you're tuning in and watching on YouTube, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Say hi to Ollie. He's in there as well. And give us 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify. You can find us there. We love doing this, and we will love to continue doing this. It's such a blessing for us. And leave a comment as well, folks.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. Yeah, we've been lucky enough to be talking about this show since season 1, episode 1.
The OGs in here. Come on.
And we've all hosted so many shows here, but this genuinely is one of our favorite shows to talk about. Like, we've got such a good panel, and we have so much fun talking about the different the different, things in the Purge universe and things like that. So the best way, to interact with us, find us on social media, leave us a comment. We want to keep talking about this because there's not much left in season 2. We want to keep talking about this. Let USA know we want a season 3.
Yes.
Let's talk about Marcus and let's talk about poor Darren just getting his arm snapped with a wrench. My God.
Oh, I would have kicked my dad's ass.
This season has been great, but this might be like the most legit shocked that I've been all season because I did not see anything like this coming.
I just saw the crowbar and I'm just like, what's gonna happen?
Right.
With that?
When Darren started noticing that the tire wasn't flat, I was like, wait a minute. But then it made so much sense. It made so much sense, and it made Marcus look so much smarter because he knows, number one, hospitals are off limits, even NFFA, but that in this kind of totalitarian dystopian society, the hospital isn't going to admit you without concrete evidence of an injury.
Right.
So he had to.
So it makes me think of how many people escape Purge by doing that.
Right.
Shoot themselves in the leg or do something like that. Just
that's interesting.
I'm going to take the night off in the hospital.
Exactly. And imagine, oh my God, imagine if you shot yourself in the leg, then you got to the hospital and it's full because everyone else had the same idea.
That would suck.
But
wow, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and so it started me wondering would Darren have been cooler with it if Marcus told him the plan? All right, let me break your arm.
No.
Or is it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Just break his arm. Oof. Hey, sorry, but now you're going to stay alive.
And the thing is, it's your dad too. It's just that whole
right.
I can only imagine what was going through Darren's mind. He's like, is my dad trying to purge me? What's going on?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Before that happened, though, the conversation that Marcus and Darren were having was so interesting because they're using this language, Marcus apologizes to Darren, and I think Darren said, in a weird way, this year has been good for us, which if you think about it, that's the kind of thing that Purgers say on the flip side, or the NFFA would say, this year's been a good year for us, or he even says to Marcus, I like this new year. And someone could flip that and say something like that to Ben. Oh, I like this new year.
Right.
The Purge changes people on so many different levels and so many different directions. We've got that. Marcus and Michelle are joined by I cannot remember these characters' names.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm so sorry. Live chat, hit us up. Let us know. We haven't seen them in a few episodes, I don't think.
I forget.
I know that that's the mother of Marcus's or the mother of Darren. Rather. But I cannot for the life of me remember. And I'm pretty sure the man is the guy that Marcus thought was trying to purge him, right? The guy with the Jamaican flag on his truck.
Right. And so they came to help out.
Exactly. Yeah, to help them out. But I don't know about you, I started getting worried when Marcus noticed that the bounty was taken down.
Right.
And I guess I realized that it was Clint and the rest of the neighborhood, okay, now they're just going to do it themselves.
Yeah.
The cynic in me and the paranoia in me started immediately saying oh my God, are they here to kill Marcus and Michelle?
Yeah, when I saw that, I immediately thought it was Clint and his crew. Only because I spend $500,000 when you can just do it yourself?
When you can just do it yourself, yeah, exactly.
Why?
But I know that the $500,000 is Esme's bounty because that's the NFFA money.
Yeah,
but his was, I want to say, I think 75,000 maybe.
75. Okay.
Yeah, because I think after Sam took the 10 down, it was 65,000. But yeah, exactly. They're gonna save their cash. They're gonna do it themselves.
Might as well.
Yeah, they gave him the ultimatum. But we get that awesome scene of Marcus and Michelle sharing what could be their last meal, eating sushi together. joking around,
telling each other their like secrets, sort of
clearing the air.
Clearing the air. I hate your mom. Like, and yeah, I thought it was a very like humane scene right before hell broke loose.
Especially after this season, after we've seen so much kind of tension between the two of them, you know, it was nice to see them kind of settle down and try to have a good time, you know, in the midst of the purge beginning. But yeah, and so
I have some predictions for that one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So basically, where we leave off, you know, Clint, the rest of the neighborhood, they're there. They're busting out security cameras. They're getting ready to purge Marcus because he didn't save that one woman's life. I mean, come on. What?
The one woman. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there could have been like a better twist to that to that point.
I know. We had talked about that. Yeah, we had talked about that because like, if you're gonna have a whole neighborhood out for your blood, like, because I
like
think
this girl would have been like God or something.
Exactly, because I had talked about it. Like, I thought it was gonna be something where, oh, you did this to me, you did this to me, you did this to me, but it's like this one woman that was supposedly a tent pole of the community. Who knows? Apparently, she's worth multiple lives.
Right.
So
apparently,
yeah, exactly. But let's talk about Ryan, about Esme, about them trying to get this deal going.
Right. I want to say like that whole like storyline was very slow at the beginning, but it turns out to be one of my favorite storylines.
Yes, I agree.
It just changed, and like seeing the development of these characters, and like it's been a good ride.
Right. Yeah. I was getting so nervous, just to take it back to the very beginning. I was getting so nervous that knife drop game.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Have you ever done that? Like the whole
no way. Absolutely. I may have done it with like, I don't know, like something very soft. Yeah, exactly. I do not trust my own coordination. Even after years of playing video games, do not trust myself with some shit like that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But yeah, so we've got kind of all these moving parts going on. Ziv is kind of bringing in Reynolds, to kind of keep an eye on Ryan and the people there.
Right.
There's definitely not a lot of trust here going on.
Not at all.
Let's see.
And it's it was nice to kind of see another prediction of mine come true this episode.
Which one?
About the whole situation. I know we'll get there, but with Tommy. Yes, and how they're pursuing that. But when I want to talk about that death scene for a second, because that was gruesome.
Reynolds?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We were both like
That's the thing. Well, like with this season, you know, we see the language. Everyone's able to say whatever they want, but we're still kind of reining in.
Yeah.
You know, we're not seeing violence on the level of the Purge films.
Right.
But this one, I feel like, was as far as USA will let it go. You know, we get this awesome fight in the moving car.
Yeah.
You know, it's swerving all over the road, drops the gun, and then Ryan kicks him out, and he's hanging on. And as soon as I saw how he was hanging on, I was like, nope. This ain't gonna end well.
I've seen too many Die Hard films.
Exactly.
This is not going well.
Oh my god. But man, just gets his presumably head taken clean off. Oh man.
I was like, that was rough.
Yeah, exactly.
With Ryan, like, I never doubted he had a plan all along.
Exactly. Because we see, you know, Ziv is kind of is worried because the streets are closing at 5, and so that's kind of throwing different details of their plan into whack, or out of whack rather. And but yeah, of course, Ryan, you know, is thinking one step ahead along. Before that, we also are checking in periodically with Vivian.
Yeah,
and
Vivian.
Yeah, who she's firmly on Team Esme.
Yeah.
It seems we're hearing about the Foundation. I don't know. I could be missing something. I wasn't sure what that was referring to.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, because Vivian and Esme are talking about the Foundation, but that's something they don't want Ryan to know about.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but Vivian is risking a lot. putting out these false hits on Esme to kind of buy her time.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Like I never trusted Vivian, but she's coming around.
She's coming around.
She's coming around.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
I don't know what they were talking about, what they meant by the foundation, but whatever it is, it's something that Ryan would stop Esme from doing.
Exactly. If that's something that's been covered in this season, hit us up in the chat. Let Ollie know. Let us know. All that good stuff. But yeah, so we're getting right down to it. Ryan trips that jammer early. Yeah. Ziv is freaking out. She doesn't know what the hell's going on because they had talked about, if the jammer goes too early, then the NFFA is just going to switch to moving the money in armored trucks on the ground. That's their plan B.
Right.
But of course, Ryan, being the master manipulator all along, trips that jammer early. Armored trucks pull up, but guess what? They're full of jackals. Yeah. Ziv catches one right in the forehead. She's gone. All of these, I guess they're corrupt cops. They're NFFA. Who knows? I don't think they might not be NFFA because I don't think they're protected people. Yeah. But they're all mowed down by this armored truck filled with jackals, armed jackals.
And like they kept like zooming in on Ziv, like I don't know if you noticed, like maybe 3 times throughout this when she was dead.
A lot of lingering shots of her corpse.
Is she gonna move?
Right. Yeah. I noticed that.
I was like, what's going on?
Just in case you forgot, she got shot in the head.
Right.
She's gone.
She gone.
She gone. And so ultimately we find out that they're breaking Tommy out. They're targeting this prison transport. They're breaking Tommy out. I love that scene of like the punk kids who like clearly it was probably their first purge.
Right. I was like, come on. I'm like, move along.
They're rolling up on an armored truck with people in full body armor and like assault rifles.
They're like, oh, let's go.
Oh yeah, this is probably not a good
on
idea.
their little skateboards and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Marcus and Michelle, they've got an arsenal. They're batting down the hatches. Ryan, Esme, everyone looking to break Tommy out, and Ben is looking to do some purging.
Right. And Esme's wanted for domestic terrorism.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
huge bounty.
Like we said, $500,000 of NFFA cash out for Esme Cardona. So we'll see what happens. A whole lot to talk about.
Yes.
But let's, Ollie is not with us. He's here in the live chat. He's here in spirit.
Yeah.
But of course, we're going to do him right by doing a little segment we call Purge or Purify.
This is our emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, as we do every week, we're going to pick different parts of the episode that we would either purge or purify. It's a little, would you save this? Would you cut this? Who knows? So I'll go ahead and start. Okay. This is, it's a real tough one. It's a real tough one. I would, I guess I would, you know what? I would purify the dad in the cold open. And by that, I might be tweaking the rules of this segment a little bit. But by that, I mean I would get him on board with the purge so that he can have some nice, fun bonding time with his daughter, with her friends, and I'll go out and purge as a family.
Right, and not get killed by his daughter.
Exactly.
That was right.
Because the look that she was giving him, that's not a fun time to be in that household. Danny, what you thinking?
I'm going to go with purify Vivian.
There you
Vivian, girl, you came around. Mm-hmm. So, and she's doing a lot to help out Esme and Ryan, and she could be, punished severely. So
exactly, that's the thing.
Purifier.
Yeah, she's not quite, I don't think, as cunning as Esme is. So I think she stands to lose a lot more by sticking her neck out and messing around on company time, on company property.
Lose a lot more, but I don't know where she's gaining. Like that's what throws me with Vivian. Like, what is she gaining out of this?
Exactly. I mean? Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Let us know. Let us know in the chat, on Twitter, on YouTube, who you would purge and or purify. You could do both. These rules are flexible, as you saw. But before we get into our favorite part of the show, predictions, let's talk about a little bit of news and gossip.
News and gossip.
TV
Hey! So, for those of you out there who love 13 Reasons Why, like I do, you can see me on the season 3 after show.
There you go.
Yes. We have Derek Luke. Derek Luke plays Marcus on Purge. And so it just talks about a little bit about his role as the counselor in 13 Reasons Why and when we can expect it to air. So season 4 has been in production since August, and it is set to be released next September, October in 2020. We expect to see a lot more of this guy coming around as he dives into the lives of the kids and helps out a little bit more with this with the murder that happened. So
there we go.
Yeah, so definitely take a look out for Derek Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, make sure to go on YouTube, go on iTunes, go back to the 13 Reasons Why after show, all of that, get all of that discussion in your veins.
Yes.
But now finally, before we wrap this all up, let's of course talk about some predictions.
AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Purge dictions.
Purge dictions.
How have we not said that in 2 goddamn seasons?
Right. We just thought of that. Good job.
All right. You said you have some predictions.
I do.
Let's hear what those are.
You know, I'm gonna say I think Marcus is gonna surrender.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
As a decoy though.
Oh, interesting.
I think that's the only way they kind of get their attention off.
Sure.
And then Ryan is working with the Jackals. He cut him in. Mm-hmm. Tommy gets out. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Esme is going to make it.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Interesting.
I don't think Esme is going to make it. I think we're going to see like a dramatic fall with Esme.
Oh, that's interesting. That could very well happen. Who knows? Yeah, I think that's a great set of predictions for sure. And because I think Clint and the neighborhood watch, I guess as we can call them, watch. I don't know if they were maybe watching when the other two went into Marcus and Michelle's home, so they might not be expecting 2 more people. Mm-hmm. Who knows? My main prediction that I've got right now, I think Ben, I don't think he's going to torture Turner. I think he's going to kind of flip the script on him. He's going to just let him out on Purge Night and maybe lock him out. Like, here, how do you like it?
Okay.
To see if he can fend for himself.
Yeah.
And then I think he's going to fully expect Turner to, get purged immediately. I think we're going to see Turner, be a little bit more of a fighter than we thought he was.
I hope so.
Maybe fight his way back to Ben, and maybe be the one to finally kill Ben. Who knows? But there's a lot going on. We want to hear your theories, no matter how out there they are. Hit us up on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on iTunes. However you can contact us, we're out there. Let's share our theories. Let's share our feelings. Let's talk about the Purge. Because guess what? After tonight, we've only got 2 episodes left, y'all.
That's it.
So be sure to join us right here, same time, same channel next week as we talk about Season 2, Episode 9. Danny Royce, where can they find you?
Hey, you can find me everywhere at I Am Danny Royce. Also tune in this Thursday for Inside the Black Actors Studio.
There we go. Of course, in the chat is Ollie Drennan. You can find him on all forms of... Yes, Ryan? Ryan, was that...
Me.
No,
it wasn't me.
I thought I heard something. Guys, I'm hearing voices. The Purge is here. It's having an effect on me. If you're in the chat, go find Ollie Drennan. He's on all forms of social media at Ollie Dreamer. I'm on all forms of social media at Ty Matthews PMA. You can find me on Tuesdays on the X-Pac 12360 show with WWE Hall of Famer X-Pac. And of course, right here for the next 2 weeks up until the finale. But guys, please join us next week. And until then, stay safe.
Purge you later.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.